Good morning, this is a foreigner in the Philippines. Well, I'm going to do a walk around video today. A few of you people need a reality check, and I mean a few of you people. We had something approaching 2,000 views on our recent shock visit to the public hospital. Now, look, I don't live in paradise. I live an ordinary life in an extraordinary place, right? Somebody described me as an English gentleman, and I like to think that I'm polite, but some of you piss me off. This is the reality. This is real life. You want real life. You want to hear me talk. You want me to talk louder. You want me to be something that I'm not. You don't want to hear chickens in the background. We live on a farm. This is a farm in the hills. There are chickens. Chickens crap on my motorcycle. Things happen which are not perfect. It's not paradise. It's a fabulous place to live, and I love my life. But don't piss me off with stupid details about privacy when people are in the corridor of a hospital and you are being shown the real life. This is what life is about here, and you want to know about it, yet you don't want to get dirt under your fingernails. You can't have it that way. We have nearly 4,000 subscribers who we love. We know that we are very fortunate to have made it this far this quickly. I have a life that I absolutely adore. I have a wife that I'm fortunate to have, and I know it every single day. I have a family that support me, and I don't want to get out of bed on the wrong side because of people being stupid. There are people now who are telling me, you got 24 hours to stop what you're doing, or we've got a lawyer who is going to work pro bono and get you deported. Give me a break. We're out here in 3 to 4 months. We've rehoused how many families? We've helped somebody with diabetes. We've given people another chance. We've shown people who are on the outskirts of what we do that there is hope, that there are people who care. I care. My wife cares. It's 6 o'clock in the morning and we're up already, and we've been awake since 5, and yesterday we started work at 4 in the morning, and you're giving me 24 hours to get out of town. Do me a favor, man. Get off your armchair and go out and find one person that you can do something for. Find one life that you can change. Find something creative that you can do to make this world a better place. Now, we're not living in paradise, I already told you. There's litter on the ground. Kids don't do what they're told. As I said, chickens and turkeys are going on the seat of my motorcycle and pooping on it. This is real life. You can't say, can you just give me the good stuff, please, and not tell me the terrible stuff? I don't want to see those people with their faces beaten up, sitting on a bed in the hallway of a public hospital. You can't have that. What? Are you an adult? Are you going to say that you want real life, but then not have the real parts of it? You can't have that, son. I'm not just talking to the trolls now. I'm talking to intelligent people that we love to hear from. I'm talking to people who comment and make good suggestions that we love to hear from. I'm not talking to just the idiots. We only have a few idiots, and there's a little thing called blocking. And I go through our comments and I just look at it, and if it looks like it's just bitching, guess what I do? I block it. And then I come back and I delete the comment. Now, does that mean that I don't want anybody to disagree with me? No. Guess what? I know all the time that I'm not right. Every time. I know that. Do you think that I don't think about the things that I did wrong in my life? Boy, if there is a catalogue of mistakes, I must have written it. I made mistakes all the way through my life. I lost people I loved because of my behaviour. I did it all wrong. And now I'm here at an age that people are guessing at, and I don't give a crap about whether you know it or not, but my wife does. And I'm trying to do the right thing. And is bureaucracy going to get in the way? Quite possibly. But those people who are trying to stop what we're doing in our modest little way are not thinking. And I'm not just talking about the trolls. Oh, we can forget those. As I say, it's easy to block them and then delete the comment, and I do that. Right. But you hear the chicken? Sorry about that. If you want to help and you can't give us the money, I don't care. If you look at what we do and you tell one other person that something good is going on, and they look at what we do, then you've helped. I have one friend who I have hardly ever exchanged more than 2 or 3 messages with, Chuck. Every single post that I put up, Chuck shares it with I don't know who, but every time there's Chuck shares, and he does it every day. And I've been through and I've said, Chuck, thanks for sharing, because it helps. And he says, it's what I can do. Now, if you can't do anything else, then you can do that. Because if in 3 months we can help 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 families to have a better life with only 3,500 subscribers. Think what we could do if we were reaching 10,000 or 100,000. Because in time it will grow. In time, sorry about the chicken. In time things will change. In time, you won't be able to contact me personally. I already have 12 or 14,000 emails that I probably will never get to. Beth is in there right now, 6 o'clock in the morning, and she's been going since 5, and she's editing videos that you will be able to see. And those videos will be about real life. For the little that I know, and as I say, I'm not right about everything. For the little I know, I share what I can, and I make videos. Any of you who have taken the time to follow us from the beginning, and there are many that have done this. A man messaged me a couple of days ago. He said, I'm subscriber 92, and I've been with you almost from the start. And I like what you do. I had another one who hasn't been with us 5 minutes. And his little comment was, you're doing great. You're the hero. Pat on the back. You're just wonderful. Isn't that why you're doing all of this? You're broadcasting it to the world. Is that what you want? Well, no, that's not what I want. I've had all of that. I've played at Buckingham Palace. I've played at every major venue in the not in the US, in the UK. I've been all over the world. I was flown to the Arab Emirates just to sing for an Arab prince for one night. I played at the Palladium, the Festival Hall, the Hilton, the Dorchester, the Savoy. You remember stomping at the Savoy? I've done all of that. I've been on radio, I've been on television. I've done that. I don't need fame. I need change. And I'm trying my best, with the humble little effort that we do, to bring about that change. Now, about paradise. It's not quite what you think. But in a way, it's even more than you think. Because if I'm walking around now, and I've been walking around the place where we live. It's on a hilltop. It's in hundreds of miles of pretty isolated, desolated, sorry about the chicken. And we have to go an impossible drive or a ride down a narrow path, which we're trying to improve all the time. Right? We don't call the government and say, listen, about our road, it's got a hole in it and it's going to ruin my tyres. No, I don't do that. I get a pick and a shovel, and I get my brother-in-law, who's got a stronger back than I have, and we go down and we fix the hole. Well, actually, it's not as simple as that, because there are so many holes that one go wouldn't do it. We needed a road. We put the road in ourselves. How did we do that? Well, we went to the government and said, look, we need a road. And they said, well, you can't have it. So we didn't go back home and sit in our chair and say, well, this is just no good. What kind of government is this? We need a road. We got my brother-in-law, Manorado, and he got a hand plough, which is made out of rebar and welded together. And he got his carabao and he ploughed a land of hills with his hand plough and his carabao, and he ploughed a line there where the road would go. And then men with picks and shovels went out and they levelled that line into what we laughingly call a road. The road is disintegrating as I speak because we get rain. Oh no, it's rain in paradise. Oh, what will we do? Well, we'll make do, and we'll do for ourselves. Now, there's a girl down the road who is suffering from tuberculosis of the bone because she didn't get any treatment. Nobody cared about her until we came along, and Beth saw her and said, but what happened to you? I remember you from high school. What happened to you? And the girl told us. So, now, if we were in the West, probably the best that we would be able to do would be to take her to a hospital. And if you're in the US, they would be asking for her insurance. Right. Well, we didn't do that. We wrote about her story. We showed photographs on this channel. And you, the people who realize that they're looking at real life, sent money. And that money is safely kept until the results of all of the time that we spent traveling to and fro Cebu will come in. We're taking her food down. The only thing that one of the idiots could say was, you're giving her noodles, it's got sodium in it. You've got sodium on your brain, my friend. We're giving her food which she didn't have before, which is what is available to us. And she is now eating, and she is taking medication, and she is doing what is needed. Why? Well, part of it, unfortunately, is sodium. Now, when she gets a bit stronger, which we're hoping she will be able to get over the idea that she has to share all of the food that we are giving her, by courtesy of you people who were kind enough to send money for her. The Filipino way is to share everything, and she probably is sharing the food that we intend for her. Well, that's real life in the Philippines, and it's not going to change just because I get up and say, wait a minute, I'm a foreigner and we do things differently. No, we don't. I'm a foreigner and we do things the same as are done, is done, will be done for some time to come in the Philippines. Now, did you get out of bed on the wrong side this morning? Do you ever have one of those days? And you walk around what is actually a beautiful place, and all that you see is complaints in your head. Because they're in your head, nothing outside has changed. It's just how you're looking at it. And how are you looking at it? Well, you're looking at it because you got out of bed on the wrong side. That's what my mother would have said. You got out of the bed on the wrong side this morning, didn't you? That's what she would have said. And I would have had to straighten up. And if you're trying to change things in your life, the same way as Beth and I are trying to change things in our life, you're going to have to do something. And I'm not talking about what's happening to us now. If you're watching this by yourself, if you're watching it with your husband or your wife, and you want to change something, you have to do something. And if it's no more than share this video, then do it. If it's no more than tell someone else, I saw something that you might like to look at, a bit of real life, then do it. Now, let's just address, before I finish off and go and have a cup of coffee, let's address the whole thing about the hospital. Now, yes, I told you right at the beginning of that look, we do these videos and we don't know how they're going to turn out. And I told you right at the beginning of that video, this may not be a pleasure trip. And we went in and I illegally or whatever, excuse me, I filmed what I saw and I was appalled. Now, was it a breach of the privacy of those people? Yes, it was. In the end, it may achieve no good result at all. Because some of you said, you shouldn't be vlogging. Oh, well, you want real life, and that's real life. And did it affect me to see a small child with her mother sitting next to her on a bed that I walked past in a hallway in a public hospital in the Philippines? I came out of that place and I felt destroyed. You need to know about that. People need to know about that. Now, at the moment, they're having a cleansing of getting rid of people who are actually, in their own little way, destroying this country because of the use of drugs, which are associated with rape, crime, theft, robbery, brutality, killing. And it's not all good news. It's real life. I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that I agree with it. I am simply saying it's happening. And in that hospital right now, all of those people are still in the corridor in an overcrowded hospital where the staff are doing the best that they can with what they have. Now the President has just brought in a decree, or revitalized, restarted, don't tell me that's the wrong word. He has decreed that people who have nothing will be able to have medical treatment. And he said that he will do his best to make sure that the money is there. I count that as a big improvement. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Mr. President. And I hope that it will impact those cases that we're trying to help right now. People like Desiree, people who, if you've only watched one video in order to start your complaints off, you won't know about Desiree, and you won't know about Michael, and you won't know about Nisa, and you won't know about any of the little girls that we put into a dry, safe house. You won't know about any of that. Probably all you'll know about is that I have dirt under my fingernails, because when I pointed out something that you should be seeing, that was all you saw. Look at the rest of the videos. Beth and I are completely transparent. Are we making money? I don't have a door on my toilet. I don't have a toilet seat. I don't have a flushing toilet. If I want to make complaints, God, I can start at 6 o'clock in the morning and I can still be going at 6 o'clock at night. Don't have windows in my house, and I don't have a front door. It's boarded over with sheets of aluminum. And am I living in my paradise? Yes, I am. And I'm not complaining, because I know that just complaining doesn't do anything at all. But doing something does, right? And now I got a cat that's crawling up on my shoulders. Now, do I like to have my cat on my shoulders? Yes, I love the idea that my cat loves me so much that she's actually going to bite my ear. Did I notice that her claws hurt on the way up? Yes, I did. Am I complaining? No, because that's part of the cat's love for me. She actually jumps off the ground, lands on my t-shirt and my chest, and gets up behind my ear. And so, is it all great? No, it's not. Shall I have her declawed so she doesn't hurt me? No. It's real life. And that's what we're trying to bring. Right from the very start, we said we don't have the money to go to five-star resorts. We're not near to white beaches. We don't have all of those things that these wonderful travelogue channels can bring you, and bring you beautifully and in a much better way than we can. What do I know about a five-star hotel as a paying guest? Very little, I can tell you. Right? Half a star is probably where I am, bed and breakfast, right? And that's so. It's the old thing about writers. I write about what I know. I film what I know. What does it look like when I drive down the road? Well, you know, because I know, and I filmed it, and that's what it's like. So this has been my rant. This has been my complaints. My complaints are, if you're out there and you're trying to do harm, straighten up, fella. Do yourself a favour. Go find a friend and be a friend to somebody. And for the rest of you wonderful people who have been helping and supporting, for all of those that tell me their story, how they met someone and fell in love, and now they have a child. Somebody I saw somebody's post just yesterday, a wonderful post. He said that he was thankful for 3 years when 3 years ago he met a woman who he fell in love with, and the woman changed his life, and it had a photograph of the man sleeping and holding his child. Well, show me that. Don't tell me 24 hours will get out of town. I'm not going. Okay? This cat won't let me. Bye. You see, it loved me and left me. So, thanks for subscribing. Thanks for sharing. Chuck, you're my hero. This is a foreigner in the Philippines.